You are on mute, Chaitali.
Hello. Yeah, Forum, I'm just into a webinar. Can I call you back? Yeah.
Sorry. I'm just discussing something offline with Swati. Just a minute. Just a minute. Yes, Vruta. Hi. So happy you are here. We are joining. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this really special day. We are going to start in the next 3 to 4 minutes while we have everybody else join us. So please just give us 2 minutes time to come back to you. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. A warm welcome from Triple FAI. We will be starting probably in another 2 minutes' time as soon as we get our required quota. Thank you.
Uh, uh, Sagar, okay. Swati will. Hello.
हाँ
Yeah.
सर
कौन बात कर रहा है? मैं बिजी हूँ, मुझे डिस्टर्ब मत करना। मैं जूम मीटिंग में हूँ, प्लीज। ओके, नॉट इंटरेस्टेड।
Amit Bhav, with your permission, we'll start.
Yes, 229.
Start, Sudipta. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone, and a warm welcome to all. Today is a very special day because we are technically celebrating our third women's, not only our third Women's Day, but also the goal that we had set out when we started off 2 terms ago. We are pretty much with today's session. I am hoping that we are 80% closer to our goal. First of all, I would like to welcome our guest of honor, Ms. Nora Dihel from World Bank. Nora, thank you very much for gracing us on this very important occasion and giving us the time from your busy schedule. Thereafter, I would like to give a warm welcome to Mrs. Seema Kakade Ahuja, who is going to be our guide on financial freedom, the session that is going to happen after Ms. Nora's speech. I would also welcome our chairman, Amit Bhav, along with our immediate past chairman, Dushan Bhai, our immediate past chairman, Shankar Bhav, under whom we started off with the Women's Wing, our honorary secretary, Sudipta, our vice presidents, Sudhir Bhai, along with Vinod Bhai, and of course, Dr. Sant, our Director General, and to the entire audience who has joined us here today. For me, it's actually a very emotional day because when we started off 2 terms ago, there were 2 things in my mind. One was operational freedom, that the women should be independent and should be able to have resources, and just like Google, they should have a ready reckoner in case they have any problems. And in our industry, all of us have problems. So whom to contact, how to resolve the problem, just like Google helps us and now ChatGPT helps us. I am so proud to say that on behalf of the Women's Wing, we have achieved our operational freedom. And it is thanks to all our office bearers, our executive committee. I have to say special thanks to Sudipta, Dushan Bhai, Shankar Bhav, who have given their unstinting support along with Swati and the secretariat. It would not have happened. And of course, our Women's Wing, because they trusted us completely and went ahead with whatever we suggested and what we recommended. And today, we are close to fulfilling my second dream, and that was financial freedom for all the women, because that is something, again, which is very dear to my heart. Having said that, without much further ado, I would now like to request our chairman, Amit Bhav, to please say a few words. Amit Bhav?
Thank you, Chaitali, and a warm welcome to all participants attending this webinar. Thank you, Ms. Nora Dihel, for consenting to our request to grace this webinar as guest of honor. And thank you, Mrs. Seema Ahuja, also for your time to guide us and the participants on financial freedom. I indeed compliment Chaitali for the painstaking efforts which she has been taking. I've seen her working hard to build up the Women's Wing and actually fructify the dream or the purpose objective of our federation, where we give a lot of importance on women's participation in logistics. Gender equality in logistics is one of our priority and mission. And thanks to Chaitali, we have been able to involve a lot of women participants into our fraternity. So thank you, Chaitali, first and foremost. Our endeavor is of the federation is to have knowledge series on various topics which are of importance to the participants, which can add value to them into their day-to-day working life, in their family life, and in all other aspects in general. So today the topic of the presentation is of the webinar is financial freedom. Prior to that, Ms. Noha Dihel, senior economist, macroeconomics, trade and investment, World Bank, would be giving her keynote address. I'm sure all the participants will find this webinar of interest, and we will continue to have such webinars for Women's Wing. not only for Women's Wing, for all other participants as well. So having said that, I would request, I'll give it back to Chaitali to conduct the proceedings of the webinar. Thank you, Chaitali, so much.
Thank you very much, Amit Bhai. And I have to say, tell the audience that I have been extremely blessed because between BCBA and FFAI, I have had such amazing presidents and chairmen from whom I have learned. With Amit Bhai, I look forward to learning so much more already, and I have learned in the few months that I have spent with him. So thank you, thank you, Amit Bhai, for trusting me. With this, I am going to request our immediate past chairman, Shri Dushyant Mulani ji, to say a few words, please. Dushyant Bhai.
Thank you. I think the audience is very keen to go across and hear our illustrious speakers today. Nora, great to have you, and we are looking forward for your insights in how we can put our global economy on the growth phase once again. And Seemaji, thank you for being here with us. Everybody is looking up at your words of wisdom for women, how to progress ahead. And FFA has been playing a very important role. And I have my all colleagues here, my senior Mr. Shinde also, he was the one to have put this impetus that a country is truly independent when women are empowered to take decisions, whether financial, social, administrative, anything. And we are aspiring that. We are trying our bit to ensure that at every strata of the society, how we include women in the field of logistics. And today's session would be an important takeaway for all attendees, and we will go a long way. Warm welcome and thank you to all. Thank you, Chairman Mr. Amit Kamath, for doing this. Mr. Sudhir Agarwal, Dr. Sant, Sudeep ji, Shankar Bhai, and all my colleagues, and yes, Chaitali, of course, you've been doing wonderful job. Keep doing this regularly. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dushyant Bhai. Means a lot. And it would not be complete if Shankar Bhai didn't say a few words. Shankar Bhai, we've come a long way. So you have to say a few words before we hand over to Nora.
No, thanks, Chaitali. Thanks, Amit Bhai, Chairman, and immediate past Chairman Dushyant Bhai. We all have office bearers here, Vinod Bhai, Sudhir Bhai, and not to miss Miss Nora. It's always a pleasure and to have your guidance and support to this women's wing here in FFA. It is the start of Trivandrum. If you remember the first meeting which you attended in presence, but before that we had meeting and we said how we can take the initiatives further and giving the support with the Bangladesh Petropol, Benapol visits. I think so it has added value, and this continuous support from you has really motivated the women in our industry to find something important for them in this industry. And I think so it's a great time. Creating anything is one part, though it is important, but sustaining and maintaining it in continuity. And that is what we find over here, which thanks to Chaitali, who has been able to get it done with along with all the women membership into this FFA. And I find they are very much enthusiastic in having and motivated, or it is really inspiring to see the work the women are striving in our industry and looking forward to have their career in this industry. And they are really looking forward for something like this topic, which is related to financial also. So it is beyond logistics also we would like to go. And thanks for organizing this. Thanks, Mrs. Sima ma'am, to give the further more and more collaboration. With this, I would like to thank Amit Bhai, Chairman, for this continuity and look forward for these many more sessions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Shankar Bhai. Much appreciated. And Nora, just before we hand over to you, Sudhir Bhai, our office bearer in charge for the women's wing as well as the youth wings. Sudhir Bhai, would you like to say a few words before we hand over to Nora?
Thank you, Chaitali. First of all,
my heartiest congratulations to you for doing such a wonderful work for Triple FAI and especially for the women. After you becoming our torch bearer for the women's wing, the wing has done exceedingly well, and we are all are very happy about it, and we look forward to many such interactions in time to come. First of all, I want to say why a particular day is called as International Women Day. Every day is a Woman Day. There should not be. We want to make a happy Women's Day for 365 days, not one particular day. So one thing has to be very, very clear. Secondly, as far as any freedom or education is concerned, I firmly believe if you educate a man, you are just educating a person. While if you are educating a woman, you are educating a family. So I believe any such topic which gives a kind of a freedom or education to women is always welcome. It is good for our society, and we should continue and pursue it for a longer time. So I'm thankful, Chaitali, that you are celebrating this day, and I am fortunate that I am part of it. Thankful to my colleagues in Triple FAI who's promoting all such webinars and trying to create a very good harmony in our fraternity. So welcome all of you. Welcome Ms. Nora. Welcome Mrs. Seema for taking this webinar on financial freedom. And thank you, Chaitali.
Thank you very much, Sudhir Bhai. And now, without much further ado, I'm going to hand over the mic to Nora. Nora actually needs no introduction because for all the Women's Wing members, everybody already knows her. She's with the World Bank. And I would like to tell the audience that today our session is going to be divided into two parts. We have the keynote address speech by Ms. Nora, thereafter followed with our financial freedom program with Ms. Seema. So Nora, without much further ado, the floor is yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Do you hear me all right, everyone?
Yes, perfect.
Great. Okay, then again, good afternoon, everyone, and it is a genuine privilege to be here with you today. And I want to start by saying something that I really mean. It's not a formality. I'm saying it because it's true. Triple FAI was one of the most engaged partners that we from the World Bank had as part of this project on trade facilitation in India. And as part of this trade facilitation project, we also undertook the study on trade and gender. So from the very beginning, we had extremely helpful input from Triple FAI in building the master list of traders and also from the Women's Wing. So what you are doing, the conversations that you are having here, the ecosystem that you are creating is exactly what is needed. So thank you for this platform. And thank you very much for today's theme, the financial freedom, because honestly, there is no better framing for what I want to talk about. So let me tell you a little bit about the project and about the study on trade facilitation and gender that we did in India. And let me tell you what got us started. So when we look at trade facilitation globally, we are looking at systems, at procedures, the infrastructure that we build, but we never really ask, does this work the same way for women as it does for a man? And we assume it does, but it doesn't. And this is also what we found in this study and in other studies that we did across the globe on trade facilitation and gender. So what did we do in India? The World Bank, working together with the Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs, CBIC, we decided to find out exactly what is happening on the ground. And we surveyed over 600 trading firms and individual traders, as well as 400 customs brokers nationwide. So we visited ports in Mumbai, the ports in Delhi. We went to land border crossings in Raxaul and Petropol, and we sat in many rooms with many women and men traders to discuss what exactly is happening. We listened, we really listened. And what we found was not entirely surprising. But seeing the data, seeing it very clearly, on paper, is something that perhaps helps changing things. And I want to emphasize three findings, really three stories that stayed with me in India. The first one is about safety. So this was a striking finding, if I may say, because nearly half of the women traders in our survey reported concerns about safety. Concerns about using some of the logistics depots, concerns about toilet facilities. And this is not a small complaint. It is a signal that those spaces were not built with women in mind. And women customs brokers told us that they avoid going to facilities after 5 p.m. And one proprietor told us, and I am going to really paraphrase because her words were really striking, that visiting ICD to Klakabad in the evening feels like a nightmare. So she makes sure to go with her husband and offers to drop other women on the way out. So this is not a professional inconvenience. This is a woman managing real risk every working day. So that's one about safety. The second is about finance, and this is directly connected with today's theme. So nearly half of women-led trade firms or the individual traders do not use bank loans. Instead, they rely on personal savings, family money, equity they have built up themselves. And when we asked about the barriers to international expansion specifically, about 1 in 3 women named access to finance the main obstacle. Not procedures, not language, not knowledge about the external market, no, finance. And why is that? Because the formal finance system seems not to be designed for them. And one woman trader told our team that when she went to a bank to apply for a business loan, the banker actually called her husband 3 times to confirm it was really her business and whether her husband could provide the guarantee. So she owns the business, she is the managing director, but still, the bank called her husband. So financial freedom for many of these women we interviewed is not about investment strategy. It's really about being taken seriously as an economic actor. And I'm really glad that this is the topic for today's seminar because this is where we have to begin. And the third finding I would like to emphasize is about ambition. And this one surprised me, but in a very good way, because women traders in our survey were more likely than men to be planning to expand their business to international markets, more likely. So these are not women who lack ambition or drive. These are women navigating a system that was not built for them, but they are doing it anyway. And they want to expand. They want to go not to stay only in India, but also to expand abroad if possible. So that really tells you something important about the return on investment of removing these barriers to women willing to participate in trade facilitation. So what can we actually do? What our study did is to provide a set of very practical actions, recommendations that we discussed very often in all these settings, during our visits with the various traders and customs brokers. And some of the recommendations are immediate, some will take a policy cycle to implement, but I believe that none of our policy recommendations are out of reach. So let me briefly summarize what we propose, especially on the three findings that I singled out in my speech. So on safety, what we suggest is to conduct audits of logistics facilities. fix the lightings, install CCTV, create internal complaints committees at every major port and depot. This is the law in India, by the way, and there is something called the POSH Act. But I believe enforcement is equally important to make sure that all these recommendations will be properly implemented. And when women customs brokers have long wait times, we need to address that. So one freight forwarder told us officials would make her wait even longer when they knew she was a woman. So I think this is a cultural thing that needs to change from the top. On inclusion, what we recommend is to create help desks at key logistics sites, staffed by people who are trained to properly assist women with the documentation and with compliance. Investment in training programs that bring women into frontline roles, not just administrative positions, would be important. And mapping women-owned businesses across supply chains so buyers and large firms can find them and work with them will be also important. On finance, CBIC and partner institutions can make the case to financial regulators for reform. So there are some trade-specific lending products that do not require spousal guarantees, definitely. And digital financial tools that work for MSMEs, women traders. So being awareness of these government schemes, many of which exist but aren't reaching the women who qualify, is extremely important. So it's also a matter of making these women aware that such instruments already exist, and also thinking about new ones that would need to be implemented. And also, it would be important for CBIC to have a dedicated gender team, because across the different pillars that we looked at in terms of trade facilitation, it will be important to assess in a regular way the situation on the ground, to adapt the policies and to build capacity to make sure that implementation is happening. So let me now say a few words about what FFAA can do and is already doing. It's actually already doing quite a lot. So FFAA, as I said, was part of this study from day one. And the members were in our surveys, and the women wing participated in many of our consultations. We discussed the preliminary results, the final results. We took on board comments, and I believe that there is an understanding of what is happening and what needs to be done to improve the situation. So the FFAA can be extremely helpful in translating all these existing regulations perhaps into working knowledge, and in making sure that women are aware of what is available to them. So the Women Wings, in my opinion, has created something rare, and we don't see that in every country. So there is a community of practice, and this happens inside a very male-dominated industry. And by bringing these women together, on a regular basis, and talking to them about financial knowledge, financial planning, financial independence, I think it is a very useful step to help, with improving the situation and help implement some of these recommendations. Now, what comes next? So the World Bank study is completed, and now it's in CBIC's hand, actually DEA's hands. So we cleared it with CBIC, and now it is with DEA. And the next phase will be to start implementation. And this is where it will be important to have civil society, industry associations, and organizations like FFAI pioneering, some of these actions, because just having those recommendations on paper will change nothing. And it will be important to have some champions to show how this can be done. And perhaps FFAA can also be a very important partner in this regard. So we are waiting for the final okay from the DEA, and hopefully everything will be done in the public domain, including on the World Bank website, but hopefully also key recommendations presented on websites and in seminars by the relevant associations. So what I want to do is to leave you with one thought. So the women in this sector, the customs brokers, the freight forwarders, the traders, they are not asking for special treatment. So they are asking for a level playing field. And they are asking for toilets that work, for transport that is safe, for a banker who takes them seriously, and for a port that doesn't feel hostile after dark. And these are not extraordinary demands. And meeting them today is not charity, is smart economics. So I believe that the theme that we have today for financial freedom is exactly what we need to do. Is a very clear and direct goal. It's not just financial literacy, but it's genuine freedom to participate in the sector, to build and to expand, not only in India, but globally. And I'm glad that the bank is part of this journey with Triple FAA and Women Wings. And thank you very much. Look forward to the discussions. Thank you.
Thank you, Nora. That was really nice. And just as World Bank cherishes and values Triple FAI's partnership, we also here at Triple FAI do. When we partnered with World Bank and we went on all those path-breaking trips that we did, especially to the borders, it was an eye-opener for I'm sure it was an eye-opener for all of us. Also, it was business opportunities for so many of us because you generally tend to think in certain aspects, but by going and visiting these borders personally, we still have a couple of more borders to visit. But by visiting these two borders, the Nepal as well as the Bangladesh borders, there was a wealth of opportunity in terms of the kind of business that the ladies could also do. And also they had networking amongst themselves. And also it was definitely nice. The work that you did in Delhi, the work that we did in Chennai and all has been absolutely inspiring and has personally taught me so much as to the kind of work that you all do and the potential that we have to partner with you further in getting more work done for the women in general. Of course, with the logistics industry at the helm, they always come first. So thank you very much for this very inspiring quote. I'm now going to give it to Dr. Sant. Dr. Sant.
Yeah, thank you, Chaitali, and thank you, Nora, for such a nice practical part. I mean, it's very important to see personally and then make what suggestions are there. They are always very important. So I think I'm glad. And what you mentioned about the collaboration with Triple FI, I think that will go a long way. So, Chaitali, if there are any questions, they can ask right now to Nora. That will be good idea because I think Nora may have to leave in between.
Yes.
She will not be available till the end of the program for question and
Yes.
answer. So
Correct.
maybe some questions. I don't see any question in Q&A, but we have office bearers also here of Triple FI. I also encourage them to ask some questions, and Q&A is open for people. So you can put it in the Q&A or you can ask by unmuting yourself also.
Even if you don't have a question and you would definitely have some kind of a comment, especially for those ladies who have been part of our trips, have been part of our programs that we've worked so closely with World Bank. I see that some of you are over here. If you would like to give a few comments for our audience who may be joining us for the first time, then that would be really nice. We have like 2 more minutes till we do this, till we jump on to the next session. So if anybody would like to.
So, Chaitali, it's like
Yes.
this. Since Nora will be here for some time, I guess. So, while the next speaker is speaking, if anyone puts any questions in the Q&A box, she can answer it online also.
All right, Sudipta. Well
Yeah.
noted. Fair enough. We've got, oh, Sangeeta, I'm so glad you are here. Hello. So I have to say, Sangeeta has been a very, very vocal proponent, and she's pretty much part of all our online programs. So, Sangeeta, thank you very much. Sangeeta mentions customs brokers, financial guidelines, suggestions. I think that, Sangeeta, we are going to take up in the next session, unless Nora has Nora has something to say. Nora?
So it was part, and it was part of the study, and so these were one of the top constraints, as I also mentioned in the speech. We have concrete recommendations, but I believe that what you are doing here and any such detailed discussions will be very important to implement whatever recommendations we have in the study. So that's it in a nutshell.
Okay. Thank you very much. Dr. Sant?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea that if you have some question now or also later, please send it to us. We will forward that question to Nora and we'll get the answer which can be given back to you. So I think, Chaitali, we can go ahead with the next session.
All right. With this, we officially conclude our keynote speech program. Nora, thank you once again. It has been extremely enlightening, and we look forward to doing more work with you and the World Bank in the coming months and years. And we now go on to the main agenda, that is our financial freedom. It's our pleasure to introduce Mrs. Seema Kakade Ahuja.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Sefri.
A
Am
warm
I audible?
welcome. Yes, you are audible.
Thank you.
And just a line or two about Seema. Seema, we have the entire audience here, and of course, we have our chairman, our immediate past chairman, and our immediate past chairman, and our office bearers and all here. They are all looking forward to listening to you. I am just going to take 1 minute. And I will just mention briefly about Seema, because this is her first time interacting with us. So Seema, thank you very much for coming on board and agreeing to do this program. Seema Kakade Ahuja is the founder of Plan Happy Wealth. By qualification, she is a certified financial planner, a qualified personal finance professional, and an MBA. She has worked for more than 25 years in banking and non-banking financial services space in various roles, and brings with her in-depth knowledge of personal finance. She has observed, and it's a fact, that when it comes to money matters, a lot of people are stressed and are clueless as to how about going their finances. This is irrespective of the money that they make or the position that they have achieved in their professional life. They are investing haphazardly without clearly understanding their goals and requirements. She has realized that people need somebody trustworthy to guide them, educate them, and handhold them to navigate their path to financial freedom. At Planet Plan Happy Wealth, they are passionate about spreading and promoting financial literacy and awareness, empowering their clients to take charge of their financial life and achieve their financial goals to lead a happy, stress-free, and a fulfilling life. Her purpose is to create financial awareness for 1 lakh people, to help at least 500 families realize their financial goals and reach financial freedom and lead a stress-free, happy life. Thank you very much. And with this, I pass on the mic to Seema. We look forward to it. And for all of you who would like to know more about Nora, I am putting Nora's profile in the chat box. So please go through it. And if you need to reach out to Nora, you know you have to do it through FFI. We will be more than happy to have you get connected to her. Thank you, Seema. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Chaitali, for connecting with me. Thank you, all the office bearers, for having me here. Very good afternoon to all the participants. Thank you, Ms. Nora, for that amazing keynote address. I have noted down few takeaways from Ms. Nora's speech. And so very rightly, she said safety, finance, and ambition were the key areas, right, where World Bank is looking at, and access to bank loans for the entrepreneurs. While today I'm going to cover more on personal finance, but we can definitely connect on how then the women entrepreneur here can have access to better finances from the banks as well, right? Today is more of personal finance, how they can manage personal finance. So if you allow me, I'll share my screen here. Are you able to view, see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Oh, so thank you for taking this opportunity of celebrating Women's Day, first of all. At least with that, for that reason itself, we are able to, talk about something and address certain concerns of women entrepreneurs. But today here, we are not going to talk much about anything complicated. Okay, even though it is financial freedom, it is not going to be about finances or stock market. Today we are going to talk about something much more important. Okay, it is financial freedom for women who are already working incredibly hard and building successful businesses. Let me start with a story. I met a very successful women entrepreneur a few years back. Okay, so her turnover was increasing, her business was growing, her income was strong. But when we reviewed her personal finance, almost 90% of her wealth was tied to her business. Does this resonate with you? I mean, are you also facing similar things? I would like if you keep posting your comments in the chat box, because that will be helpful and we can have better discussion, right? This is not going to be a one-way talk. So that point of time, when I asked her one simple question, if you stop working today, how long do you think your money will last? She didn't know, right? And that is something I see very often. I see very often with entrepreneurs. Business is successful, but that does not automatically convert into financial freedom. And that is what today's session is about. If I may request Swati to run the poll at this point in time. Are we able to run a poll? If not, I can just
No,
go ahead.
we're only seeing that one screen. Let's do a quick reality check. Nothing is moving after that.
Yeah, so Swati was going to help me with the poll. If not, I will just move ahead. I thought it would be better if it is interactive. So okay, let us see if I have few statements here. If they resonate with you, since we don't have a poll, you can just put a Y in the chat box. Okay. So you work extremely hard to grow your business. Number one. If you agree, put a Y in the chat box. Number two, most profits go back to business. Most profits go back into the business. Do you agree? Number three, personal investing happens only when there is a surplus.
But your screen is not moving, huh?
No, it is not moving because these questions were in the poll. And I will need somebody to help me with if there are any responses in the chat box.
Yeah. There are, all your question has got yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So
and thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
So this is exactly the pattern I see. across entrepreneurs. Okay. It is not only here. So you're excellent at creating income, but the next step of converting income into lasting wealth is a challenge. And this is exactly what we see here, right? Successful entrepreneurs, you have high income, growing businesses, strong work ethics. But what is lacking is structured financial planning, long-term wealth strategy, a roadmap when you decide that you don't want to work for one, right? Moving ahead, let us look at 3 largest financial challenges that women entrepreneurs face. Irregular income. If you're an entrepreneur, your income is not fixed, correct? Does it also lead to irregular investing? Are you prioritizing your business over your personal wealth? Most of the time, what we have seen is business becomes the primary asset, okay? But we need to understand that business and personal wealth are 2 very different things. They are not same. Third, delaying financial decisions. Women often prioritize everyone else before themselves. That is a very, very common thing, right? Everybody else comes before us. And that is where the financial decisions get delayed. But let us understand, income and wealth is not the same. Income comes from your work, it pays for your lifestyle, and it will stop if you stop working. But wealth works even when you don't. It pays for your freedom and it continues for life. So freedom, what is this freedom that we are talking about? Freedom to slow down. Freedom if you want to take a break. Freedom to make choices, right? And that, but why is this, you may ask, why is this financial freedom important? So if you don't have this financial freedom, let us look at what could be the consequences. Okay. So for example, if you need to take some break, some time for any reason, maybe a health reason, maybe a family reason, you want to take a break, it will definitely, your income will reduce, decrease in saving. Also, the studies have shown that women live longer than men, right? So almost women are 80% more likely than men to experience poverty during retirement if they are not working. Because of the longevity, the healthcare cost also exceeds that of men. Third, not only in case of divorce, if in case your partner is no more, that also shows that women income fall by much more than the men's. Okay. Now, why this is all is important? Okay. So first and foremost is the biggest reason why you need to have, there are 2 major risks that we see here. Okay. The first is the inflation. So you all understand inflation, correct? The prices go up and the value of money goes down. And we have seen this. We have seen this year after year. Correct? But that is only one part. The second part is the delay. The delay created by us. And the cost of delay is time. Let me show you 2 scenarios, how it works. So there is a person A and person B. Both of them start investing 20,000 per month, every month on month. So A starts at age 30 and B delays it and starts at 40. Both of them save till the age of 60. Can you see the difference? A manages to accumulate 7.5 crores. And with the same amount, B manages to accumulate 2.5 crores. Now, 10 years of delay is causing a loss of almost 5 crores. Now, what has changed in this scenario? Nothing has changed except time, right? The amount invested remains the same. It's just the time. So the biggest risk in investing is not the market volatility. It is the inflation and your cost of delay. Now, inflation is definitely not in our control, but what is in our control is when and how early we start saving and investing for our financial freedom, right? Now, you might be wondering, when is the best time to start? So, what do you think? When was the best time to start?
As early as possible.
Very good. Yes. So, maybe, 20 years back or whenever you started earning, that was the best time to start. But when is the next best time? The next best time is today. हम बोलते हैं ना, जागो तब सवेरा. So, whenever you decide, whenever you realize that is the best time to start, don't delay it any further. So, let me take you through these 4 pillars of financial freedom that you need to keep in mind. First and foremost is the protection. So, any point of time, you need to have an emergency fund which you can fall back on. Most of you must be doing this. Are you doing it consciously? It suggests 6 to 8 months of your monthly expenses, your household expenses, should form the emergency fund. It should be liquid. It should not be invested in something where you cannot take it out when you need it. That is one of the most important parts. Second part of protection is having your insurances. Today, you insure businesses also, but are we insuring ourselves adequately? And mind you, insuring, when I talk of insurance, I'm not talking of LIC. Okay? Because there are a lot of people and a lot of mis-selling happening there. So all you need is a pure term plan. That too only if your family is dependent on your income or if you have liabilities. And how long should you have insurance? People have taken insurance for 99 years. Do you really need that? You need insurance only for your working life. Because insurance, what are we trying to protect? We are not protecting the life. Nobody can protect the life. We are only trying to protect the future income on which your family is dependent on. So very clearly, a plain and simple vanilla term plan works absolutely well. You don't need to go in for any complicated products. That is the protection I'm talking about. The third is also the family's health. Now, health insurance or health inflation is something which is going up at a very high rate. Okay. One visit to the hospital can create a huge dent. And that is where your family needs to be covered by a good health insurance cover. Now, this is part of the protection part. Also, you need to have a clarity of your in terms of your cash flows, because that is what is going to run your regular expenses. Correct? After you have taken care of these 2 things comes your long-term wealth creation journey. Otherwise, what happens? Any small hiccup in your journey will create a dent in your long-term investment, right? So your wealth creation gets impacted. So the first 2 parts are very important when you are looking at your long-term wealth creation. Wealth creation, you have saved, you have accumulated, but are you investing in income-generating assets? Are those assets that you're creating generating income for you? And are they generating income at a rate which can beat inflation? Because I forgot to mention there, but the government may say inflation is at 6 or 7%, but all of us know our inflation is much higher than that. And it is not only the inflation, the base inflation, it is also our lifestyle inflation which gets added. And that comes to almost 2-digit. So unless your assets are generating income which is higher than that, they are not going to generate income in future for you. I hope you are with me. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask, right? From here on, I'm moving on to busting certain myths which are there. There was another poll, but I think we will just move forward. So there are certain myths which we see. Women aren't good at managing money. Women don't need to worry about investing. Talking about money is tacky or unfeminine. Women are too emotional when spending. It's too late for women to start saving or investing. Have you also heard people say this? If yes, please put it in the chat box so I know that what I'm talking is making sense to you. And if somebody can please let me know.
Yeah, all the time. Yes.
Oh, okay, great. So, but let me tell you, these are myths only.
Always. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the perception, like that men are better investors than women. But there have been studies which have shown that women are more disciplined and they stick to the plan rather than approaching investment like trading. It is not trading, it is investing. Investing means long term, right? So because of the discipline, women are able to stick to that plan. Perception is women withdraw money sooner and are less confident. Absolutely not. In fact, it makes them more patient in volatile markets. Women are less likely to seek professional help, but we have found that women are the ones who are more likely to seek professional help, and that helps them lower their financial mistakes, right? Now, I would call women LSD. Now, don't get me wrong. What I mean by that is women are Lakshmi, Saraswati, and Durga all into one. Finance Minister, Education Minister, Defense Minister. Priya has raised the hand. Yeah, Priya, if you can unmute and...
I don't think Priya would be able to talk, but she can definitely put up. Priya, can you talk? Maybe you can put it in the chat box. Thank you. Please continue, Seema.
Yes. So you have been doing these roles for the longest of time. So who better than you to handle finances? Okay. So let us not let anybody tell us that women cannot manage money. There are few key investing rules that I would like to leave with you. Start as early as possible. Invest consistently. Stay invested for the longest possible time. And there's no need to chase any trends or fads. Okay. Long-term investing is very boring. And in finance, the boring is better. Okay. I would also like to leave you with a roadmap, that you can follow. This is you may want to take a screenshot to remember maybe. So you can this is a very, very simple roadmap to freedom. Set or define your SMART goals. SMART goals, we all know we have been doing in business, right? You define that, you educate yourself, ask questions. Now, recently I was doing a financial counseling at Outlook Money, and I met a widow there. She had never stepped out of her home comfort zone. She had 2 daughters, and suddenly she lost her husband. And it was so amazing to see that for the first time she was stepping out. A lot of things she didn't understand, but she was making an effort. She came there, she spent time, she listened to all the sessions happening there, talked to people like us. And she was so shy of asking questions, but I think I'm glad that I was able to give her the confidence that you should ask whatever questions. You have to educate yourself, right? And not rely on what people are saying. So that was the second part. The third part, automate your saving. So just automate it. That creates discipline. Okay. You don't need to think about it. Invest for your future into income generating assets. So the day you decide that you don't want to work further, you have backup ready and you are not dependent on anybody. Right? So let me ask you one thing here. If would you all like to know your financial freedom number? We are talking of financial freedom. Would you like to know your financial freedom number? At least few of you.
Yeah. Yes. On
Okay.
chat box, we have got replies.
Great.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Okay. So let us look at a very simple calculation. You guys, you can just, the step one is just take up your monthly lifestyle cost, your monthly expenses, multiply them by 12, multiply by 25. Okay. With an example, if your expenses are 50,000, you need about 1.5 crores. But let me tell you, these are, this is very, very simplistically, this is just a thumb rule. Okay. Each person's requirements are different. So don't take it. This is a base number that you can start with. At least when you know the number, when you know the target, you are able to work towards it. It's a visibility, right? You need to have your eye on the, like what Arjun was doing. He had an eye on the target. So if you have an eye on the target, you can achieve it. So this can be your starting point. But suggestion would be that take help from an expert whom you trust. That is very important. Whoever is your go-to expert, you should be able to trust and take help. Now for that, I will just take us 5 minutes to take you through a small story. All of us know Mahabharat story. Mahabharat story was about what? If somebody can reply on behalf of the. Sir, maybe you can go. Okay, I'll take it up. No. So Mahabharat was a story of a blind king, Dhritarashtra, right? Now, let me just take this analogy for ourselves, right? This blind king, it's like our brain. Our brain is the blind person here, isn't it? And there are 100, Dhritarashtra had 100 sons, 100 Kauravas. Now, in today's scenario, what are these 100 Kauravas? We have internet, we have Netflix, we have news, we have so many distractions. So these 100 Kauravas, these distractions are the 100 Kauravas for our brain. And of course, Mahabharat had Pandavas also. Now, what are these 5 Pandavas? Kauravas and Pandavas had a fight. They fought this war, right? These 5 Pandavas are our senses. We have been given these 5 senses to fight 100 distractions, right? But why did Pandavas and Kauravas fight? To avenge the insult of Draupadi. Now, Pandavas' army was much smaller, much weaker than Kauravas, but still they were able to defeat them. Why? They had a purpose. So when you have a purpose, you are focused. As I said, take this number as your focus point. Have a purpose. Why are you doing what you are doing becomes very important. So identifying that purpose is very important. But do you think it would have been possible, this whole war and winning this war would have been possible for Pandavas without Krishna? But Krishna didn't pick up any arms. He fought. He didn't fight, right? What did he do? He was a guide, Sarthi, right? Who guided the Pandavas to win the war. There is also one more character. The story doesn't end here, right? So, Karna. Who is this Karna? In our story of brain and distraction and senses and purpose, who is Karna? Karna is our ego. The ego doesn't allow us to see the right from the wrong, right? It does not allow us to take help from the right person. So it is important to overcome this ego and seek help and move ahead towards our purpose. I would like to leave you with a small cliplet here. And this is very interesting. Watch this.
There is no voice. There is no audio actually.
It is not audible?
No, no audio.
Oh, okay. Let me just. Okay, let me just unshare and play it directly. 1 second. I'll just stop sharing this and play the. Are you able to see my screen?
No, I mean, we are seeing only you.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to send it to us?
Yes, I will send it to us. So the takeaway was, I mean, and this is something which I saw recently, and it says that, you know, with the women have grown so much. They have the banking, the representation in banking, the representation in insurance. We have grown by almost 60 to 70% in last 5 years. Okay. So, or in terms of loans as well. So when we were talking about previously about loans, right? They have grown tremendously. Now, can you hear that?
Yeah,
No.
but we are not able to see now.
See that, right? Okay.
Do you want to
That-
share this with Swati on WhatsApp
can.
and then we can
Yes.
have it done? Swati, thai sakse?
Yeah. Or lastly, you can
Okay.
run it. The people will read as subtitles. That's the last choice.
Okay. Okay.
And it's okay, Seema, this is our lives. when everything is going
Yes.
too smooth. This is how a logistician's
Of
life is.
course.
Bam, something happens, and then we have to do it. So don't worry.
No,
Everybody
not
is
at all.
very much aware of it.
Yes, no worries. And this, however well prepared you are, this always happens. So
Yes.
something will go wrong.
Absolutely. No worries at all.
Yeah, 1 second. I'll just, I'm
You
not
can
able
send
to.
it to Swati and then Swati can share it.
Okay. Okay, I'll send it from the WhatsApp. But Swati is not on WhatsApp, right? I can share on the mail. Wait. Okay, I shared with the Swati. Swati, if you can share that.
Swati, mane to please karjo na. Share karavi dejo na, please. Thank you. Priya and Soumya, would you be able to send us your in the chat box or in the Q&A when you've raised your hands?
That is the last part of the presentation, though I don't have many more to go.
Waiting for the mail to come.
Oh, okay. I think we should receive that. Did you get it, Sati?
I got it, but it is saying access denied.
Oh. 1 second. Chaitali, can I share on WhatsApp to you? Is that?
Yes, you can take my number 98.
I have your. Okay, Swati, 1 second. I have Chaitali number.
Okay, send it to me. No worries, no worries. Thank you, everyone. Sorry for this, but please do wait and don't leave us. Thank you. Send it to me, Seema. I'll
Yes.
send it across to Swati.
Yes, I'm just sending that to you. Done.
स्वाती मोकलावी દીધું છે.
હા ચેક કરું છું.
I have it. Should I try and share it?
Yeah, you are also
You have
host.
a
So
sharing rights. You also have a sharing rights, madam.
Should I? Are you doing it?
Yes,
Can we move on the present? Can we move on and then once we figure this out, we'll come back to this again, Seema? Is it possible?
Yeah, this was my last thing, and
Okay. Is
so
this
I
the last
wanted.
part of it? Ah, okay, okay. Fair enough. Not a problem. Just we'll wait.
In the meantime, if somebody has questions, I can take the questions.
1 second. I think I should be 1 minute. I'll try and do the sharing. I've got this now. Okay. Can everybody see?
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
I think the same problem of sound is continuing. No,
No.
Chaitanya,
Yes, Dr. Sant?
no, I
No.
mean, and it was also quite fast that there was no sound. So something is wrong, really.
Okay, because it's coming clear over here.
Yeah.
One
Did
more
you hear
time.
it, Seema?
No, not on this.
Yeah.
There was
Maybe
somebody-
last try we can do. Because another thing, it was quite fast also. We could not read the subtitles also.
So that if it doesn't work, I'll just come to the takeaway from that video.
Okay, can we do one thing? Can we post the video here in the chat box and then people can try and see it? We can give you 5 minutes for it because we are losing our members. So just give me
Yeah.
a second. I'm just going to see if we can
So in the
post it.
meantime, I will just recap what, so Ms. Radhika Gupta was asked, what is the fastest growing thing in finance? And
Okay, sorry, Seema, but it's come through. Everyone, can you just access it? See if it's coming through with with the sound. It's in the chat box right now. Those of you can click on it and can hear it. If you can just mention it in the chat box. We apologize for this technical inconvenience. Has anybody been able to log in? Dr. Sant, have you been able to log in onto the video
What
from
do
the
you
chat
think
box?
is the fastest growing thing in finance lately? In all honesty, it's been us.
Yeah,
I mean, we've grown by
if you play it, you get a sound. I could try that.
Yes. So if everybody, can we just give you 5 minutes to just go through this and come back to us again while you are on the chat here? Okay, thank you, Megha. If you finish watching it, then just put in yes, yes, and then we'll start off with the balance part of it. Pooja is unable to open. Okay, if you can send me hi, Pooja. All right, Sudipta has started. No volume, Sudipta. Pooja, if you can send me hi on WhatsApp, I'll share it with you. On WhatsApp, Pooja. I'll send my number here. 2 more minutes for everyone, otherwise we'll just proceed ahead.
Let me try again.
Okay, thank you, Sudipta.
So Radhika, tell us, as the CEO of
Audible?
Edelweiss Mutual Fund,
Yes.
what do you think has been the fastest growing thing in finance lately? In all honesty, it's been us. I mean, we've grown by unprecedented numbers, almost 140% in mutual fund folios. Also, life insurance, 1 in 3 policies in India are ours. Insurance? And in the stock market, we've grown by over 300%. What numbers are these? Even UPI transactions in the country have doubled because of us. Radhika Gupta is here. Let's go straight to her. What's the highlight? Our bank account coverage is now 89%. But ma'am, bank? When did your company start a bank? Our borrowing is tripled, you know. We're growing really fast in mutual funds, demat accounts, bank accounts, loans, credit card, insurance. Wait, who are we talking about? I'm talking about us, women. The fastest growing thing in finance today is women.
Do we all agree with what Radhika Gupta had to say?
Yes, very nice. And it was worth attempting to see this film.
Yeah, it was very
Thank you,
inspiring for me.
Sudipta.
Thank you so much. I come to an end of my session. This was a short session. I hope it was useful. I hope people found some value in it. And if you are okay, I can, and if somebody wants, I can offer some free consultation. If your federation is okay with that, you can, I can share the CAL ID for that.
Yes, absolutely. We are okay with it. Dr. Sun, do you want to? Before that, we have Priya with her hand, Soumya and Simi. All 3 of them have raised hands. Swati,
Yes.
are we in a position to get them audible, or will they have to put it onto the chat?
Let me try, ma'am. Give me a second.
Okay. All right. In the meantime,
Yeah. Meantime, we have one question which I can ask. It is from Sangeeta.
Priya, ma'am, Priya madam is there. She has raised her hand. Priya ma'am, can you please?
hi. Priya, are you there? Priya?
Unmute, Priya, unmute yourself.
All right. Dr. Sun, then while Priya unmutes herself, we can go. Will
Yeah.
any of the other ladies who else had raised their hands actually?
Soumya.
1 minute.
Soumya.
Soumya, can you unmute yourself? Simmi,
I'll get permission.
can you unmute yourself? Dr. Sun, please continue.
Yeah. So there is a question from Sangeeta. What skills to develop with respect to financial literacy?
So, it is about asking questions and not letting anybody tell you that this is too complex for you. That is the first skill or the mindset that we need to have. Finance is there is no rocket science. It is about intention. It is about, and you have the skills we already have. Okay, we have been managing our families, everything at home. We have been managing ourselves. It is just a matter of tweaking it and looking at a long-term perspective. It is actually simpler than it sounds. Okay. So just ask questions. Whatever you don't understand, please feel free to ask. There are specific skill sets you don't need to understand finance as such, right? It is in our life, in our day-to-day wealth creation journey, it is more about our intention, more about the focus, more about understanding how and why we need to stick to that path, right?
Yeah, I think that is important, that when the intent is there, you are able to also put a will against that and then
Absolutely.
take it forward. Yeah. There is one more question, again from Sangeeta: how to control over indulgence of spending habits, especially online purchases? So
This
I
is
think
part of the
yeah.
distraction, like 100 Kauravas, right? You are bombarded from all sides. So first and foremost, when you need to cut down on the distraction, we have 5 senses, 5 Pandavas to fight them. But yes, we have to find the purpose. If we have a purpose which is very strong, right? For example, your something for your child, like if I tell you to do for yourself, most of the time you'll ignore it. That's why I'm giving you an example of a child. Something, your child's education is coming up or marriage is coming up, you will intentionally set that becomes a purpose. So point that purpose, focus on the purpose, then you will cut down on the other expenses and start putting that towards the purpose. Without purpose, we will not be able to fight the distractions, for sure. That's why purpose becomes very important.
Yeah,
So I think it would be safe to say that we should find our ikigai in finance, Dr. Sant.
Yeah. No, and I was, Seema, we were very good that we never replied your question on Mahabharata. Otherwise, we would have gone totally wrong. So, I mean, there was silence, absolutely, and we never attempted that. It was really right decision. And only thing, the number of distraction which are increasing, you mentioned, I am quite sure they will exceed 100 after some days.
Definitely. 100 is just a number, but every day we are bombarded with so many things.
Correct.
But I hope this analogy helped bring out what I was trying to say. So
yeah, I think this analogy, everybody will really remember that case of Mahabharata. So, I mean, that's definitely a thing. Yeah. So, I mean, Chaitali, we have covered the questions. There are no questions unless we are able to get Priya and other thing. Otherwise, there are no questions from any participant presently.
Okay, done. All right, Purva Shah, thanks to FFI and panelists, appreciate the effort to take to empower and educate women on financial awareness and independence. Thank you, Purva, for coming. We look forward to seeing you again. Before we have Sudeepda do the closing, would anybody like to, Sudhir Bhai, Shankar Bhai, Sudhir Bhai, would you like to say a few words?
Chaitali, the financial freedom this topic is very close to my heart. Basically, I firmly believe in one more thing, like what exercise is to body and reading is to mind. Financial planning or financial freedom is for a good life or for a successful business. It is a must. And everybody must understand money is a volatile commodity. You have to conserve it. And for conserving a thing like money or finance, you need to have a discipline. Without discipline, financial freedom can never come. So right from the beginning, you have to start as early as possible, as it is told. You have to conserve. Like when I was growing up, I passed my chartered accountancy, and those were the times which were tough. Money was not enough in the business. So we used to save. So I had one policy in my mind. Ki whenever I will earn, I will not, except for my day-to-day lifestyle expenses, I'm not going to incur any expenditure. I'm just going to save that money. And the day that investment of mine will start giving me return, that money I will utilize for my luxury or whatever desire I have. And that has helped me in times to come. In 15 years time, 20, today I say today, if I as a person is earning in my business, there is another person which is my investment. which is parallelly earning an income for me. So it is like 2%, which is so what Seemaji was all the time trying to, I was 100% correlating it with my own journey in terms of finance. So finance is something, it is not very difficult to learn. I think, first of all, we men, in my house also, like I am not able to educate my wife, to be very honest, financially, though I've got two sons who are quite knowledgeable in that, but I have not taken effort. So from after this particular webinar, I'm going to, sit with my wife maybe on Sunday and try to give her all the basic inputs about what financial planning means and what financial position we are having right now. Secondly, it is not very difficult. It is the exposure which we have not given to the ladies of the house. Because we have always considered women like they are taking care of the house and we are taking care of the business or the finances. So it is time that we have to, divide both the things. We have to take care of our home also, and while our wife has to take care of finances also. And nothing is very difficult. It is only the exposure or the experience. The time you spend in anything, you learn it very fast. Ladies have the ability. There is no doubt about it. Let's make an effort. It is more important. Let's make an effort. From our side, we should make an effort to engage with ladies to show them the correct path, and the ladies also have to take interest and try to learn themselves. I think it is very, very pertinent. And today's webinar was, if I can correlate it because I have an experience of it, so I can say it is a very, very successful way of telling how we should pursue it. So thank you, Seemaji, for such an insightful webinar, and thank you, Chaitali, for doing best what you can do for the fraternity. Thank you.
Thank you, Sudhir Bhai. You've so wonderfully said, because for everyone who thinks financial freedom is for the women, yes, it is for the women, but it is also for the men to know if they are investing in the right form or not. And also for the men to be made aware that if they are not letting their wives or members, women members in the family participate in this conversation, then maybe after this, they would like to start a dialogue, because it is so important in today's times that the more number of people in a family are aware and know what to do, it becomes easier. In my family, my mother always used to take care, but the minute my mother fell sick and I took on the role of a caregiver, the question that arose was what's going to happen, because till then it was my mother who did everything. And we all had to learn, as to where everything was, starting from the banks to the checkbooks to the signing, which sign is going to go, which lock, which account, blah, 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 all of that kind of a thing. So it's, just small steps, baby steps, that will go a long way, because you are earning money from your family. And if you're going to keep control for yourself and you're not going to show it to your family members, to your wife and all, and if they're not going to, and if you don't have documents and paperwork, then it's a tragedy what happens after people die. So it's very, very important that while you are alive, please get the women in your family onto the bandwagon for this. And for all the ladies who are, or to the kids who may have joined us, the young gen and all, it's very important that you jump onto the investment thing, and you can go as small as, Seema, correct me if I'm wrong, you can go as small as $1,000 and then start building your portfolio from there. Like they say, Rome wasn't built in a day, and we didn't build our companies overnight. Just the way we nurtured our companies is how you need to nurture your finance. Very well said, Sudhir Bhai. I'm so glad that you were present here throughout, because I knew that you would understand it the best, considering that finance is your baby. So Dr.
one
Sir?
more thing,
Yes.
one more thing, Chaitali, I would like to add here. When Seemaji was telling how much money you are reinvesting or whatever surplus you are generating, where you are putting it, whether it is in your business or you are putting into some wealth creation. So I had a very good friend long time back. He was working with the HSBC Bank. So he used to tell me always, though the bank is doing extremely well, I am not buying my company stock. So I was surprised why you are doing it. He said that I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. See, I am working in HSBC. If the bank is doing well, I will do well in my career. But suppose the bank doesn't do well, so my investment also goes for tipsy-turvy while my career is also going. So it is a very, very ideal situation just to take out money, whichever. See, I am not saying you don't put your money in your business. Whatever money is required, you should always have in your business, because you are controlling your own money. But apart from that, the surplus money has to go into a separate investable instruments which will generate return for you apart from your business. So one has to take a very, very conscious decision about it, and it's a correct practice also.
Agreed. And I'm not lucky with shares. So I may not have lost money, but I haven't made money also. And sometimes I get envious of people who may invest 1 lakh of rupees, and the next thing you know is that they've gone up to 50, 60 lakhs. And Harish bhai, my dad always says that not everybody's financial journey is the same. So you have to be you have to know what you can do and what you are capable of doing. And so yes, Seema, if there are people who want to reach out to you, we are more than happy. So for all of you, if you would like Seema's coordinates and all, so please get in touch with Swati, and she will be more than happy to send it out to all of you, whoever is interested, because it is so important that we all understand and we all get our doubts cleared. And yes, Purva, you are very right that when men give women when they give them the freedom, it works just for everybody else, because we are daughters first and then we become wives. So it's and more importantly than both of these roles, we are independent ourselves. We are women first. So it's very, very essential. Having said that, Shankar Bhau.
I thought it was otherwise.
What?
Whether men have freedom or no.
मी सांगते
Women always
वहिनीला
enjoy the freedom.
मी सांगते वहिनीला तुम्ही असं सांगताय good. No, we should. Look, honestly, freedom is like 50-50. It
See,
is not
I
men's
will
or
tell
women's.
you, if the Indian economy has survived or sustained, it is because of the woman who has saved, and their saving comes unknown saving, which has gone into gold or anything of the household investment, and that is where the Indian economy is surviving today also and is at a sustainable model. So it is at that level what the women have been doing the savings and the
Agreed.
investments.
Totally.
That's why she is Lakshmi, Saraswati, and Durga put together, no?
Your LSD analogy was brilliant. So when you first said LSD, I was like, why is Seema bringing LSD here? Because for the life of me, I would not be able to fathom or guess that you're talking about Lakshmi, Saraswati, and Durga. Yes, I would not have been able to do that. Shankar Bhau, any other, would you like to say? We're done? Okay. All right. Dr. Sant?
I would like to thank Dr. Sant because he helped me out with all the chat box things. Otherwise, I would not have been able to complete this.
True. Amit Bhau, Nora, would you like to say a few words before we pass on the mic to Sudipta?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Nora. Thank you for staying back. Swati, we have to listen to you.
What, madam? At present, nothing. Good session. I'm doing this thing, what madam was saying, Seema madam, small these things. But what she has told today, I will look into it once again and do something more.
Hey, for your information, all FFI investment is looked after by Swati only, and it not goes in small pieces or piecemeal. Yeah, Sudhir bhai, till now we are just the custodian, but she is managing the show.
I've always told that our role is temporary while Swati's role is permanent.
Swati is like the backbone of the Swati is the backbone. All associations are so lucky to have women manage the association and run the association, because we come and we go, but they are the ones who do it. And Swati is obviously a backbone, not just to the association, but also to the Women's Week. Dr. Sant's screen is frozen. So if nobody has anything more to say, Sudipta, can we pass on to you? Sudipta?
Dr. Sant, can you please handle the vote of thanks? I'm in two consecutive meetings.
I don't know whether you are able to. My screen is frozen, but are you able to listen to me? No, no.
Yes, we are listening.
Okay, fine. Looks to be some problem with screen, but I'm glad that you are able to listen. So first,
Hey, Dr. Sant, you can switch off your camera, so it will give you a bandwidth to speak at least. We have lost your connection.
First of all, Chaitali, Women's Day. Hello.
Yes.
You can switch off your camera so their voice will be clear. Otherwise, we are losing on
I
your
will,
voice.
I will do that. Yeah, I think now it's better. Yeah, I
Yes.
hope. Yeah. So, Chaitali, I was mentioning the Women's Day comes every year, but last couple of years, the what new flavor you are bringing in every Women's Day, it's really wonderful. And thanks to you first, then definitely the chairman, Amit ji, the Dushyant Mulani, immediate past president, Shankar Bhau, Sudhir Agarwal. I mean, he has got all the right to speak because I know how careful he was handling as a treasurer this job for last 2 years, and so it's very important that this roles and very much thanks to the Nora. I mean, what insight she gave, how is the World Bank view, how the CBIC and joint projects are coming, the survey, the outcome which we can expect, and the key issues which she mentioned, which are really affecting the woman. I think that will do. And as a Triple FI, we will be always there to support that. So thanks, Nora, for sending that, spending your time today. Uh, then comes to Seema. It was a wonderful session, most required for the woman, and we are very happy. Your analogy, I mean, the theory part, PPT is one part, but the examples which you gave of Mahabharata and LSD, I think nobody is going to forget that for whole of the life.
I'm glad.
Quite
Thank you so much.
sure that with your insight which you have given, which will motivate the woman entrepreneurs or the working woman, and definitely good important part is that the woman has got now chance to come to the advisor like you or the people who will be able to guide them, because many times the men will not have time to sit with wife. It's definitely that the woman can approach the consultant. So thank you, Seema, for sharing
Thank
your
you.
sparing your time and sharing the wisdom. And definitely all the office bearer of Triple FI and Chaitali, we were really all the participants who came because there are many Women's Day are happening every day. There is a Women's Day now, but we have so many participants today. I'm very happy, and majority of them stayed till last. So thank you, participants. Thank you, women participants, for really coming and attending this program. I'm quite sure this will help you, and we will have more and more financially educated, more wealthy women as the time passes. So thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much. Dr. Sun summed up beautifully. Thank you very much. And this is the last chance before we say goodbye to all of you. If Priya, Soumya, Simmi, Manisha would like to say something, then please put it in the chat box. Otherwise, we officially conclude Triple FAI Women's Day, and we look forward to seeing you for all our future events. And hopefully we come up with something better next year also. But thank you to Nora. Thank you to Seema. You guys have just added, or rather you ladies have just made this really very special. And yes, Rita, thank you very much for being there. I'm so glad that you keep coming for the important ones. I mean, all of them are important, but I'm glad that you were here for throughout the session. Sudipta, would you like to say a few words?
No, just thank you. Just thank you very much for both the speakers. Nora is not here.
She is here.
Oh, how come I can't see her? Oh, she's here. So thank you to both of them, especially the perspective Nora brought to the table, where she equated gender mainstreaming to basic economics. Thank you. That was one takeaway which I had. And of course, this financial planning webinar by Seema was really interesting. Sorry for the little bit of glitch from our side, but nevertheless, it was very interesting, and that short video was really, really very impactful. I'm not sure if you
And
have.
thanks to you, we were able to play that. Thank you so much.
That is okay. So having said that, thank you very much. We look forward. Thank you to the participants for patiently bearing with us. We look forward to many more such sessions in the future, if not the near future. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It was wonderful. Nora, thank you for staying back, and thank you to everyone for all your kind comments. It is really appreciable. Nora, I'll be in touch with you offline, and so also Seema. Thank you very much for everyone. Thank you, Sudhir Bhai. Thank you, Sudhita. Thank you, Dr. Sant. Thank you, Amit Bhau. And thank you, Shankar Bhau. And thanks,
Thank you.
Swati. With this, we say goodbye, and we will announce our next program for next month shortly. We look forward to seeing all of you there again. Bye-bye. Have a lovely weekend and a great Friday evening. Thank you all.
Bye.
Bye.